Hi guys, it's Lisa Murphy, and I wanted to share something that I had started thinking about the other day. And mostly it's about um, just, I call the last one the evolution of YouTube, but really I think it's more of this, and I think it's more of the evolution of my experience with YouTube as opposed to YouTube as a platform, or perhaps a little bit of both. I by no means consider myself a YouTuber at this juncture, but maybe y'all can change that. But anyway. Back in the day when I first was releasing a lot of stuff, I had this wonderful woman named Margaret who came with me to the gigs, and we were creating content by gigs that had already been happening, right? So like she would come, she'd film stuff, and then we'd give her some direction, and then she'd cut and paste, and we'd put it up on YouTube. So essentially, we were giving like highlights of workshops to people who probably were already familiar with me. They maybe were at the gig. Anyway, all I'm saying is that it was a lot of content that we filmed, clipped, and put up here for you. We were new to YouTube. We weren't sure where it was all going to go. I had people helping me. And then, as you know, like I took a break from it because Margaret wasn't with me anymore. She has gone on to do amazing things. However, so then as I regrouped, what I've noticed, although I haven't been as disciplined and as good about posting as I keep telling myself I should be, but that's a goal for this year, but that's a different workshop, is that now I'm finding that people are finding me who have no idea who I am, which is absolutely awesome. But to that means a lot of you have found me, which is cool, and thank you, but you don't really know who I am. And so at the risk of sounding like I'm, I don't know, patting my own self on the back, I thought that it would be worth it to give you just a little bit of insight. If you know who I am, you know what I do, you've been a fan for a while, then feel free to just delete this one or whatever. But for those of you who don't really know who I am, I have been in the field of early childhood education for over 30 years. I have known since I was 3 years old that I was put here to give back. What an absolutely amazing teacher gave to me on my very, very, very first day of school. I have a bachelor's degree in human services and counseling. I have a master's degree in early childhood education from Champlain College in Vermont. I've written 5 books, and I travel all over the world, mostly the US and in Canada, talking with teachers, parents, anybody who works with children, anybody who hangs out with kids, on the importance of creating play-based, child-centered environments in which we kind of hold true childhood, where we give children long periods of uninterrupted free time. And I can get more into some of my philosophical orientation in future posting, but mostly I just wanted to say thanks. Thanks for finding me. Thanks for sticking around. If you have specific questions, feel free to email me. I'll put that in the bottom if you don't know how to find me. Just Google ooeygooey.com, OOEYGOOEY.com. And you can find me. You can send me an email. So this is what I do. I have so many random thoughts that I'm guilty of putting on paper and then not putting out into the world, mostly because I get distracted and I got a lot going on. And at the risk of sounding like yet again I'm announcing something with the intention, always good intentions, of following through, I'm realizing that the next generation of conference coordinators, you're finding me this way. And so I need you to know what I'm out there doing. Um, the days of just picking up the phone and calling somebody, social media, these kinds of platforms is how people are going to find me. This last summer, it was actually very interesting. I had 3 women in 3 different audiences. Hold on, that's my phone call, but I have to let it go. Um, who told me that they were planning on coming to the teacher in-service training. They were planning on coming anyway, but then they got super excited because their kids had found me on YouTube because of the finger play songs that I was singing, which blew my mind. And that's why I didn't until recently actually check the box that YouTube is making the content creators select, right? Because they wanted us to decide, are you going to be doing stuff for kids or are you going to be doing stuff not for kids? And I'm like, well, that's kind of a tricky question because sometimes kids just kind of find me because of the content that I'm putting up. But I realized, and after some thought, actually, and I went through this in the last video that I posted for you, that I will be checking the box that says not for kids, but apparently, obviously there's going to be some stuff that some of you as preschool people are going to be like, you know what, I want Lisa to sing that song with my kids, or I want Lisa to read that book to my kids. And so I'm letting you use your judgment. But this is what I do. I go and have conversations with people about how to be more authentic, less controlling, more play-based, in the classroom. And I have started a list of things that I want to throw out there and keep the conversation going. And this is the platform that seems to be taken off and probably is going to be around for a while. So if this is your first time finding me, I am Lisa Murphy, and I am an early childhood educator, and I travel and do training seminars, conferences, and keynotes, and you can find me at ooey-gooey.com. Sometimes I'm called Lisa Murphy, the ooey gooey lady. I have 15 topics that I go out and talk about, although to be honest with you, I can have a conversation with you about kids and early childhood and play, probably about anything related to that. So that's my cheap, shameless plug, my YouTube bio, as it were. I do have a podcast with Jeff Johnson. It's called Childcare Bar and Grill. If you'd like to check that out, it's free wherever you get your podcasts. And I'm a frequent contributor and guest host, not contributor, guest host on that Early Childhood Nerd podcast as well. So stay tuned. If you're new, welcome. And if you've been around for a while, thanks as always for your support. And I'll see you next time. Have a great day. Bye-bye.